welcome to my watercolor flower tutorial. So I wanted to show you what all the products look like that I'm using, but I do have a list of them after this slide here. Okay, so first we're going to start by creating a larger circle out of small circles. So I'm using my Sharpies and just doing random colors just in the shape of a circle, just small little dots. Now we're going to take our alcohol and our watercolor brush. So I don't like to use my good brush for this. I like to use a brush that's designated for watercolor only because the alcohol will ruin the bristles. So I'm just dabbing small amounts of alcohol and moving the ink to be in the shape of a petal. So it's more like an oval now rather than a circle. So you see me dabbing some of that alcohol off onto my fingernail or my skin. I'm dabbing it off because I don't want to flood the nail with a ton of alcohol. So I get alcohol on my brush, dab a little bit off onto a towel or myself or whatever, and then apply it onto the nail. If I flood the nail with the alcohol, the ink isn't going to stay in the petal shape. It's going to go all over the nail. Okay, so just continue dabbing and making those petal shapes until you're happy with the way all of them look. Now I'm going to take my Mission Control black and I'm going to create a larger circle in the middle. And before I cure that, I'm going to take my good art brush now. I've switched brushes, and I'm going to dot in and out of that circle because it's uncured. So I'm picking up small amounts of paint and dotting it. It's a little bit of an abstract center. Okay, so now I'm creating the stem, and then I'm going to add a little leaf. It's not in the original photo, but I like to add it sometimes depending on if there's room on the nail. So I'm adding just a tiny little black stem and a tiny little black leaf. Okay, so then I'm going to flash cure the black. And now I'm going to use my white Mission Control just to add a little bit of detail into that center, like a little highlight, and then a little bit of detail onto the leaf also. And then we'll flash cure again. So now let's add the black stripes onto the middle finger. So I like to add a little bit of the paint onto my thumbnail so that I have the paint easily accessible, so I don't have to keep moving over to my right to get the more paint. So I'm just going to draw horizontal lines as straight as I possibly can. It's okay if it gets onto the skin because I want that line to come all the way from the left to the right and connect all the way. So I do get it on the skin a little bit and then I just wipe it off before I cure. So my first round though, I get those stripes in position. They may not be perfect the first round, but I get them in and then I can go back over them like this and make sure all the sides connect, make sure the lines are perfectly straight. So then this is my little cleanup brush. I just use it with some alcohol, wipe off the extra, use my fingernail if I need, and then flash cure. Now we're going to add our first layer of top coat. I usually do 2 coats, so cure that first layer, and then our second top coat is going to fill in all those grooves so that we don't have a rigidy nail from the stripes. Top coat all 10 nails and you're finished.